Everyone making a big deal about this Kim Davis crap. Yeah, Cover Killer Nation. Live while not really on vacation, but we have to talk about this briefly, so my phone battery doesn't die while we do this. Kim Davis is not a hero. I mean, that's just the truth. Whether you think she is or not for expressing her beliefs and all that other garbage, it's really something, and whether or not you think this is bigotry and all that other stuff, I mean, for one, she is, as many people have already pointed out, a legally appointed official. So this is something where if she has a problem with how the law is structured and what now is able to be done, it's time for her to shop for a new profession. Some people also say that, if you're a Muslim or something like that, and for example, and maybe they don't want to haul bacon or pork or whatever it might be, that maybe they shouldn't have their job either. Some sort of comparative shit like that. Well, here's the thing. With an employer like that, they reserve the right whether or not they want to, continue to allow them to have their jobs. Whereas with Kim Davis, this is actually a federal job, something that's actually set by law. So it's a little bit different in that regard, where you have to follow the letter of the law. You're going to find yourself out of work pretty damn fast. And the fact that everything is going the way that it is just really obnoxious. I'll tell you what this is, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of you aren't going to want to hear this, but this is merely a spectacle. It's another distraction. It's something else to divide the country even further. Think about it. Think about all the things that have divided us over this past summer. And think about the fact that we've had a period of, well, some would say peacetime perhaps, over the course of the past couple of weeks. There's been nothing to really occupy us. And with the impending decision of Deflategate, which only applies to sports fans, we need something in the political spectrum as well. So enter Kim Davis and enter Mike Huckabee, who's essentially doing this as a, "Hi, I'm Mike Huckabee. Do you remember me?" Chances are, prior to this happening, nobody knew the guy's name. And now everybody's starting to reference him again, almost as though it's some sort of grand re-welcoming into the world. Grand re-welcoming into the world. I'm sorry, Bowie. So this is just something that is showcasing, once again, the attention span of individuals. This is something that's, once again, also showcasing that one person trying to exercise, that whole idea of religion and state being coupled together just isn't something that should work, and it's not something that legally works. This individual wants to come out blasting Survivor's Eye of the Tiger and acting like she was just in Rocky 3 or whatever the fuck. Well, have fun with your lawsuit, considering this is something that EMI and Survivor are both hoping to push through. And I hope that it does. Again, I hope that they get all of the money that they can get from this. Principally because that's fucking bullshit. If you got out of jail, if you were able to beat this or whatever, just walk away and call it a day. Celebrate your so-called victory in a little bit of silence and a little bit of reverence. Showcase a little bit of respect. But considering you decided to turn this into not only a media spectacle, but also a political spectacle, and opted to bring in music that wasn't your property, well, it's no surprise that this is what happened. Sound off on what you think in the comments, nation. I'm going to go back inside. I'll talk to you later.